Hello and welcome to the Next Gentleman Game Chat.
Hello, ladies and fanboys. I am your caster master, Tommy Games Gargan, and this is the Next Gentleman Game Chat, our historic episode 4, brought to you by QT Games Inc. And let's go around. We have joined by the prodigal son of podcasting, Quentin Maddox.
What's up, everybody?
And the big boss man of buzz, Eddie Ross.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Now, I want to know, guys, what have you been doing in the past few days of gaming? I know it's only been about 4 days since our last episode, but what have you done video game related? You buy anything or play any certain games? Any new games? New releases?
I bought the two free PS Plus games, Styx Master of Shadows and Rocket League, and I've been playing those 2 games. They are pretty good games.
Now tell me a little bit about, I haven't gotten into it, Styx Master of Shadows, though. How is that?
It's a really good game, and like you get like balls of sand, and you have to extinguish torches. So you have to throw the balls of sand at torches.
And now, do you move through you move through the dark? Then the dark helps you keep you concealed from enemies.
Yeah, if you're in the dark and an enemy is looking at you, there's a 50% chance of him spotting you. I don't know what the percent chances are.
All right. How would you describe the now when you do you kill the enemies?
Yeah.
How would you describe the kill animations? Are they as brutal as let's say Mortal Kombat?
No. If you hold down the square button, then it's like a muffled kill, and you just basically put the guy to the ground and then just snap his neck. That's it.
Oh, sounds pretty good. So you would definitely recommend that game to people who have PS Plus?
Yep.
So everybody with PS Plus, you heard it from our youth and social director that you should pick that game up. I haven't tried it out yet because I'm having a little problem with my hard drive's full, so I have to either delete everything or finally install my Nyko data bank with my 4 gigabyte hard drive on my PS4. Eddie, what have you been doing this past couple days? You been playing anything?
Yes, I've been playing Rocket League, which is free on PSN this week, and then I've been playing Destiny with you, and I've been playing Splatoon a lot too.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
All right, Eddie kept his word and went out and got Splatoon. Did you pick up your T-shirt for the Splatfest this weekend?
No, but I still got today to do it, right?
Yeah, you do until Friday evening probably, or I think maybe, I'm not sure if you can do it right before the event, but yeah, I have to get on that too. I haven't played Splatoon in a few days, and I need to pick if I want to be on the roller coasters or water slides.
You stole Splatoon from me when I was gonna play Splatfest.
Oh boy.
So I'm gonna play this Splatfest, and you're not.
Well, we'll see about that, because I'm the one that paid for the game.
You played 2 Splatfests already. I have played 0. Come on.
No, the first Splatfest was canceled. That's what they rescheduled it. Yeah, the Cats vs. Dogs.
Oh.
I only played 1 Splatfest, and I intend on playing the second one. So,
Well, can I play some of it?
Well, I'll be at work most of the day, so you can play while I'm at work, and then when I get home, you better give me that copy of Splatoon.
Nuh-uh.
Alright, what I've been doing this week, I've been playing a lot of Rocket League. It's phenomenal. The PS Plus free games for this month included Rocket League on PS4. And basically, you drive supersonic rocket-powered cars, and you're playing soccer. They have 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, and 4-on-4 online games. Then they have 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3 ranked matches. And then you could do a single player or co-op campaign, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then also you can just create exhibition matches, play against. Can you play locally in that game? Like with couch co-op? I'm not sure if there's split screen.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think there's split screen co-op, but there is online. You can play. You could share play it with somebody who has PS4 who doesn't even have PS Plus, I believe. So that's pretty cool. Definitely, I recommend checking this game out. It's $20 retail price, but it's free this month, PS Plus. So if you're on vacation or away for the summer and you're not around your PS Plus, download the PlayStation app, download it through your phone, get on a PC. You can add it to your library through there or wherever. And I definitely recommend Rocket League. I've also been playing Destiny.
It's an amazing game. Rocket League.
Yeah. Definitely. I've also been playing Destiny. I got my second Elder Cipher, as I mentioned last podcast. I'm working towards that. And I haven't really played anything else other than those two games. So,
He has 2 Gellhorns. You don't want to mess with him.
yeah, I got the third one recently, so, yeah.
Don't want to mess with him.
people
I have one.
people I raid with that keep telling me, they're like, I'm trying to get the Gallahorn. It's a really rare gun, and I'm like, I don't
have
think it's
3.
too rare. I have 3 of them, so, and they don't really appreciate my answer. Haters want to hate.
The game loves you. You're the best player.
So, but that's about it. Also, the other things I did game related, I purchased a few hoodies from the Bethesda store. They had free shipping deal going on, and a couple. I got an Evil Within hoodie, one for me, one for Quentin,
Mm-hmm.
and I got a Fallout 3 hoodie, and then I just ordered I believe a Skyrim hoodie too. So check that out. Go to BethesdaStore.com. I'm not sure what the website is, but Google Bethesda Store. Check it out. If they've still got free shipping going on, recommend it if you're into those games. And I also backed Shenmue 3 on Kickstarter. I did the $60 backing to get the PS4, a physical copy. I'm just looking forward to that game. I've never played a Shenmue game, so I'm hoping they localize like the HD release. I don't think they actually released it HD. I know a few years ago reading about Sega saying they were done with the HD ports of the Shenmue 1 and 2, and Yu Suzuki, the creator, has said that he's interested in talking to Sega about releasing those HD Shenmue 1 and 2 HD on PS4, and hopefully they release it before the Shenmue 3 is done, and to give new players a chance to experience those like myself, because I go online now, and because Shenmue 3 is popular after E3, the announcement on Amazon, like copies are going for like $40 and above, and I'm not paying $40 for a used game. That's just the way it is, and so hopefully they release those in HD. Now it's been kind of a sad week, solemn, if you will, in the video game industry. Eddie, let's go to the news. How many pieces of news we have? How many nuggets we got, Big Boss Man?
5 nuggets news.
And what's the first news story?
The first nugget of news is Satoru Iwata, president of Nintendo, passed away this weekend.
This is a very sad piece of news. Iwata was a young, 55 years of age. He had a growth in his bile duct, and he lost his battle. So, our prayers go out to his family, his friends, and the gaming community. I'd just like to read something about Iwata that, in regards to like when they revealed the Wii U, Nintendo wasn't in such a great shape financially, and they've been struggling lately. And one shareholder was concerned about the state of Nintendo, so he said to Iwata, "I'm concerned about the falling stock price. I own stock, but I don't own a single Nintendo product. I believe games are a waste of time." And Iwata's reply to him was, "There are people in this world who don't feel that games are a waste of time. so Nintendo continues to exist. We'd like to eliminate the thinking that playing games by yourself is negative, or that when there's a crime, you immediately tie it to games. We'd like to raise the social importance of games, and we're working to expand the gaming population, yourself included. And that just is an example of what kind of character he was. And he was important to the games industry. And it's a very unfortunate situation that we're in right now in a world without him going forward. I don't think we'll be at all better off. But hopefully Nintendo honors him and keeps the direction that he would have liked to see the company go. Do you guys have anything to add on this situation? Quentin? Eddie? Quentin first?
It's gotta say I'm really sad because Nintendo Wii was my first console.
Just sorry for your loss. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, and that's about it. I'm just sorry. I'm sad to see him go.
Yeah, I mean, he seemed like a genuine gamer, and that's the thing about these companies. The people that are heading them seem like genuinely good people. And anytime we lose one of them, it's a great loss. So our prayers go out again. Eddie, all right. On to the next piece of news.
And the second one is I'm just butchering the name.
It's Hideo Kojima.
Hideo Kojima, my bad. The creator of Metal Gear had any reference to him removed from Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. Box art by publisher Konami.
Yeah, so this has been an ongoing story about the problems between Konami and Kojima, and that Konami is a successful company in Japan, totally outside of video games. Like, they have pachinko parlors and other ventures, and they feel that their video game aspects of their company aren't profitable enough, and so they're looking more into mobile games rather than console games. And I guess they've been butting heads with Kojima the last few months, and it leaked out a few months ago that he was going to leave the company after the Phantom Pain releases, and then they canceled his Silent Hills game, the one that was teased with the PT demo on PS4. It was going to be a collaboration between him, Guillermo del Toro, and they were going to have Daryl from The Walking Dead, Norman Reedus. He was going to star as the protagonist in the game. And since it's been canceled, they say, and hopefully that after this, Kojima, in my mind, I believe he could leave, go anywhere. Honestly, I would like to see him. Years ago, they mentioned that he was interested in working with Suda51, and I think that a collaboration between Suda and Kojima would be fascinating and interesting, bizarre, and unimaginable. And I think those kind of collaborations and those kind of creators getting together would, do something unique for the industry. And I don't think Kojima's going to have a problem finding work after his debacle with Konami. But I think it's unfortunate that the publisher would stoop so low as to take the artist's name off the box. And, it's a very unfortunate situation. Quentin, what do you feel about this?
I feel sorry for him, except I agree with you that he can easily find jobs or something like that.
Yeah, Quentin, you're into Styx and Dishonored stealth games and stuff, and Kojima, he's like the master of the stealth game. The Metal Gear series is, really, really profound, very popular stealth series, and I think definitely recommend checking out his work. I'm planning to do to play through all the 4 games before Metal Gear 5 this year, and I recommend you do the same.
Yeah, I probably am.
All right, now Eddie, what do you think about the whole Kojima and Konami situation?
I really think it's messed up that they'll just take his name off, because this guy's been at it since the beginning, so they should have just left him on it and figured he knows what he's doing. I mean, the first one was a success, and obviously if they had 5, they were all successes.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't know by looking at the man. I mean, he's aged extraordinarily well. He looks like maybe like a 30, 40-year-old man right now, but he's probably older than that. I mean, he's been developing with Konami for years. The first Metal Gear released on NES back in, I think, the late 80s, I believe. And so he's been an industry veteran, and everybody knows who Kojima is if you play games. And the whole situation is just disgusting how you see these relationships, and they're happening. It feels more often, as you'll see in our next piece of news, that publishers and developers rarely, I don't know if I would say rarely, but increasingly are seeing, not seeing eye to eye, and it's unfortunate because I just feel whatever resources you need to do to make the game good and to make it right for the fans, to make it a solid experience, you should put those resources into the game. But I don't know the details behind the scenes, so we'll move on. The next piece of news, Eddie.
The next piece is Dead Island 2 developer Jaeger Games has been removed from the project by publisher Deep Silver.
Yeah, now Jaeger Games has been removed from the project. Jaeger Games, they developed Spec Ops The Line. I'm not familiar if they've developed any other games, but I played Spec Ops The Line and I beat it, and it was a fantastic third-person shooter. It was a much different campaign than like your Call of Duty. As like Call of Duty's games, they're more about glorifying the soldier, glorifying war. I feel as this game was more of showing the disheartening side of war, and how your actions are how you question yourself in this game. You question what you do, and it's more of a thinking man's shooter. And anybody with the PS3 or PS Now should definitely check out Spec Ops The Line. I'm not sure if it's on 360, but that's definitely one of the top shooter games on PS3. And Jaeger Games, I saw the trailer for Dead Island 2 about maybe like a year ago at last E3, a little over a year ago, and it looked interesting. I don't know what exactly the thought process was behind having them, as their last game was more serious. Why having them do like a more lighthearted, like I wouldn't say lighthearted, maybe just a more campy game like a Dead Island. But now apparently they're not working on it anymore. And now Techland, I recently discovered that about the first Dead Island that Techland developed. They were working with Deep Silver, and that Deep Silver kind of rushed out the first Dead Island, and then they pulled the game from Techland and had, I think, a separate developer make Dead Island Riptide, and even Techland agrees that Dead Island Riptide was like a rushed out sequel, and that Techland didn't want said Riptide. I'm not sure if they did develop it. I don't know what happened, but they said it was supposed to be like a DLC, not an actual sequel, a retail release of a entirely different game, and they felt, gamers got cheated. And then Techland this year released through WB, they developed Dying Light, which was critically acclaimed, and it sold well probably because of the time it was released in January, where there was no really big next-gen games, and a lot of people bought that game. It sold millions of copies, and I wanted to pick it up this week. Gamefly was having an under $20 sale, and Dying Light was $19.99, and I got the email around 2:30 p.m., but I didn't see it till around 5 p.m., and by then I went on, and they were already sold out of the copies, so unfortunately I won't get to experience Dying Light this week. Hopefully there'll be a sale. It is Amazon Prime Day, and I was looking for a sale in there, but it seems Amazon just doesn't have the same video game deals they used to have like years ago. It's kind of sad to me. But what do you guys think about this Dead Island 2 situation? That this different developer now. If you guys were all interested in this game now, you must, some of your hopes for this game have to be a little concerned. As what you saw from the trailer might be completely different or, maybe, just things aren't going so well. There might be a different developer put on this task, and I just want to know what you guys think.
I don't know what to expect from Dead Island 2, except, well, I used to play Dead Island 1 with you and Eddie, remember?
Yeah.
And I don't know if this game is going to be completely different or kind of a little bit the same.
Yeah, when we played Dead Island 1, it felt kind of, it do, like the way Techland says it was kind of rushed. It does feel like a rush game. It was kind of glitchy. Like, I remember we were trying to do certain quests, and, like, you would see, like, an exclamation point where you're supposed to turn in a quest, but it wouldn't advance to the next piece, and it was just, it kind of felt like they abandoned it. I remember I heard a big lot of things of, many stories of, certain trophies for the game not popping when you would do, the objectives and everything like that. So I just feel like, I don't know if it's a publisher, I guess like Deep Silver, it's kind of like a black eye on them, like as a publisher. It feels like, they want to rush these games out, to try to just make the bottom line and not actually care about the quality that's going out to the consumer. And it's an unfortunate situation, and I'm sure like Jaeger Games, like this probably was, bringing money into the studio, but if they would try to team up with another publisher to try to get some kind of other property, or if they go and develop maybe a Spec Ops sequel, I don't think they would have a problem finding funding for that, whether it be through Kickstarter or whether it be through a publisher. So Eddie, what do you think about this Dead Island 2 situation?
I really think it's messed up. Like I said before with the other news.
I'll be right back, guys. Keep it going.
Yeah, like I said before with the other news, they should have really kept this guy going, and they really should have just kept this guy on. It's really messed up on what happened, and Dead Island 2 is like one of the best. I mean, I played Dead Island 1. I didn't really play Dead Island 2 that much, but it was very buggy. It was, we had our problems with the game, and it felt rushed. I wish it would be more like The Last Guardian, where this guy kept on going with his actual product, and the company was a little mad, but they kept on letting him go with it, and they're gonna make a lot of money from it.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Eddie. What you're saying, you're bringing up how Sony as a publisher, the way they backed The Last Guardian and, never gave up on that vision of the creator, and how the game looks exactly like what it did 6 years ago when they first revealed it. It just says something about them as a publisher, that they're interested in backing creativity, backing art, and whereas other publishers, the message they kind of send is that they're just in it for the money. And it's unfortunate because I feel like the end result of that is a less superior product, and maybe it's unfair to the fans. So on to our next piece of news. What do we got? Number 4?
Finally, some good news for you Xbox One fans. Gears of War 4 beta announced spring of 2016.
All right, Gears of War 4 beta. I'm actually pretty excited for this. Even though I didn't play the Gears of War, the remaster beta, that was I think live for the week after E3 or during E3. I am excited for this. I'm going to check it out. I beat all 4 Gears of War campaigns, Gears of War 1 through 3 and Gears of War Judgment. I would have to say the first one's the best campaign, and I'm glad they remastered it. If I see a sale, I'll play it again, or play it again, just the original version when they make it backwards compatible on Xbox One. And I'm gonna look it up how I got this beta code, or how I got involved with this beta on Xbox One, even though I haven't turned on my Xbox One in the past couple weeks. I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to be a fanboy about it or upset anybody who's a Microsoft fan, but there just hasn't been as much compelling content on that console. Whereas we've seen on PS4 in the past few weeks, we got Rocket League, we got PlanetSide 2, Drive Club, and maybe I'll have to go check out the free games this month on Xbox One. But what do you guys think about this Gears of War 4 beta?
I'm pretty excited. I only played a little bit of one Gears of War, and it was Gears of War 3. I played it at my cousin's house, and it's a pretty good game. the story to it is it's like all around the place. Some of it is sad, some of it is makes you happy. And Gears of War 4, I think it's gonna be
I think
like,
you got a strange cough there. You got to get that checked out. You need a lozenge? All right, Eddie. What do you think about the Gears of War 4 beta?
Gears of War 4 beta. When I get an Xbox One, I'll probably get the beta, but I'm just gonna say betas aren't what they really are. You know, like they're just a thing to the game. You could try it out, but like some of the betas aren't actually worth it. I know there's games out there that the betas were like complete crap compared to the actual game itself. You know, you can't really go by the betas.
I don't know. I enjoy betas myself. I mean, I enjoyed Killzone 3 beta. That made me want to get it, and then I got the game. I played endless hours of that game. I remember the beta to the Halo 5 beta this past year. That was pretty solid. Even though I only played a handful of games, it was good. And I just like it when a company gives you like a bite-sized sample of the game months before, you know, so you can taste it. You can get to savor it and, you know, see what the quality is. A preview of the quality of what you're going to finally get in the finishing product. It's good, too, that they test the servers. So day one when it comes out and it launches, there's less, or they can minimize the problems. That is that on Gears of War. Now, what's our last piece of news?
Some more good news, actually. It's Destiny is coming out with updates in the near future. Some are more space and vault size, which is great for the first years. Also, like they're giving options and organizing it better, so it's easier for us to actually get the stuff out that we need. Private Crucible matches, weapon balancing, and then match picking for when you guys are in Crucible, and then Guardian facial hair, which I don't know how that applies if I have a robot character, but there's Guardian facial hair. So who knows?
Yeah, so it sounds like, you know, Destiny developers have came out and said that these changes are coming, maybe not right away in one update, but they want to eventually please fans, and the most requested fan things have been are going to be addressed for year 2. And my main thing is probably I would say probably vault space. Yeah, because my mailbox, I'm kind of fearing that my mailbox is going to become too full and I might miss out on items. I would probably have 30 items in my one character mailbox and 20 in my other character's mailbox. And my third character, I haven't leveled up yet to the cap, so I have to probably get that one leveled up so I can utilize the slots to the fullest degree, you know. Yeah, I just feel like that, you know, with more vault slots, it just gives you more options to customize your character, to, you know, use different weapons when you're doing difficult tasks. Like, for instance, if you're doing the Prison of Elders, you know, every room of the Prison of Elders is, you know, you could be facing one type of enemy this time, and then a different type of enemy next time, and then you have a certain piece of armor that does extra damage to the first type of enemy, and then you have a different piece of armor that does a different damage, like more damage to the second type of enemy. So you want to switch those out in between. So it's just better overall to have more options to make it more convenient for yourself to get the best buffs possible. And I don't want to hate on the game, but, you know, or like praise it, but I'm just happy that the developers are being open and honest, and they are trying to right. No, I wouldn't say it's totally wrong, but they're just trying to right some, you know, mistakes that they've made, or that weren't the best decisions for the game. And it seems like it's ever evolving, and it's totally a different game than when it launched. It's totally evolved from when it launched, and it's, in my opinion, it's become better. And I definitely would recommend Destiny to people. However, I looked at my time played, and it's well over 400 hours. So it's definitely a time sink type of game that you're going to spend a lot of time if you want to, you know, get all the weapons, see all the things to see, and do all the things you can possibly do in this game. Now, Quentin, I know you don't play Destiny as much as everyone else, and you haven't leveled your character up, but what do you think about the Destiny changes and how they're trying to please their fans?
It sounds pretty.
Bungie, sorry.
It sounds pretty fun. The facial hair for the character I'm probably gonna use on my robot because I just want to see how ridiculous it looks.
Do you think this facial hair on a robot would be enough to get you back in and maybe try raid?
I don't know.
All right. Well, at least there's a slim chance that he might get back into the game. Good. I'm happy about that. Because we could use you on your team. You know, you're a solid. You're definitely a solid first-person shooter player, and we'd love to have you on our raid squad. Eddie, what do you think about the improvements to Destiny?
I think it's well. I kind of like the improvement for the vault space because my vault was filled, but I couldn't take it anymore, so I deleted a little bit of it. I didn't wait like Tommy did to get it all in the mailbox. But, yeah, no, I deleted a good, not much, maybe like 10 items out of my vault. But they were all low items, like the 300s before the first DLC came out, so I'm not missing them. But I should have waited a little longer. But, matchmaking in the Crucible, that's going to be a good thing. Private matches in the Crucible are going to be good. But,
Yep.
I mean, I don't like that much. Like, Crucible, I don't really play that much unless it's Iron Banner. And, Guardian Facial Hair, that doesn't really apply to me. I mean, I really don't care.
Yeah, definitely for more casual players. You know, if you just have a copy of Destiny sitting around and you have like a few friends that have it, private matchmaking is pretty cool. You know, you can make up certain games, you know, with specific stipulations to your liking. Like, say you can only use rocket launchers or something like that, or you can only use sniper rifles. Customize and match you like, and that's going to be helpful. Also, map voting is going to be important too, because you know. Let's say there's a map you don't like in the Crucible, then you don't vote for it, you know, and if everybody votes for the better, more balanced maps, then it's probably going to be a better experience for you.
They had that in Call of Duty with Nuketown. Everyone used to pick that map, so let's hope this happens in this map, like in this game too.
Now, since it's Activision, what would you guys think if Activision released Nuketown as a DLC map for Destiny? I would just think that would be really interesting. I think it would be cool. You know, if you could freaking, and they put and then maybe halfway through the battle they drop a vehicle in the middle, and then one person can grab the vehicle, like a shooting vehicle,
Or like a
that
care
big,
package.
that big heavy rocket launcher, or maybe they drop the Scorch rocket launchers in the middle of the map, and then everybody just has to run to the middle, and there's complete chaos because the map's so small. I just think it would be interesting. You know, you have some
I'll
battles.
definitely buy it.
I mean, as a publisher, I don't understand
And play it
why
more.
they haven't thought of something like this. You know, maybe have more Call of Duty, Destiny tie-in events where they maybe just tie the games together somehow like that. You know, see how the new Call of Duty is going to have 4-player campaigns and stuff. Maybe they. Maybe in Call of Duty, you level up, you get certain guns and stuff. They have they tie their multiplayer with their co-op, and maybe they have co-op, almost like raid situations where you do stuff to unlock even cooler weapons for the multiplayer in Call of Duty. I just think Activision should look at that and try to get their developers more involved in collaborating, and I just think it would be really cool. Now,
Wait, one more piece.
oh, what's this?
Five Nights at Freddy's 4, the release date has been moved to August 8th, and the trailer came out yesterday.
All right, anybody familiar with the horror? It's a horror game.
Yeah, horror
Five Nights
game.
at Freddy. Now, I never played it. Could you explain the Five Nights at Freddy to people?
It's basically you just sit in a chair. You're a security guard. There's security cameras. You have to look at them. You have to look through the security cameras to see the animatronics, and if the animatronics get close to you, then you have to close the door in the first one, or you put on the mask in the second one, and in the third one you just make noises from the security camera to make the one animatronic go to that certain place.
All right, sounds interesting. Now, what platforms is this releasing? I know PC it's releasing on. Is it releasing on Android too? Now you can get it because I know
Yep.
you can get it on the Amazon store and get it on the Kindle.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably get it on the iPad.
Yep.
And Five Nights at Freddy hasn't come to consoles now.
Nope.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. And Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is the creator of it is trying to make it like a move game where you can move around, like.
Oh, like a 3D game?
Mhm.
All right, maybe if he gets more sales with this next game, he could do that.
Yep.
And
But
have you heard anything about why he hasn't put it on consoles at all? Or
No.
no?
And and
I just think for the developer, it's probably an untapped market. Consoles, you have a 22 million install base on PS4, 10 million install base on Xbox One. You have 10 million install base on Wii U almost. Even on the handheld markets, you got, however many millions of 3DSs out there. I think it would be smart to put on there. I don't know if like somebody specific to these platforms has money behind this development, but I think this guy should bring this game to consoles and handhelds.
and and in the photos of the game before the trailer came out, it said the final chapter. That probably means that this is the last Five Nights at Freddy's game.
All right, so it's the completion of the series. So that's our news for today, and we'll take another musical break. It is the remix of the song you heard last week, if you happen to listen to the podcast.
Yo, this is Matt. Yo, this is Macy.
Yo, Matt, this proof right there, son. You want to show yourself. You want to show yourself, man. Now you sure that you Matty C now, son. One, 2, 3 to the 4. When I did it up, a little fat and she was eager for more. And she all like, we keep it going. We don't stop. And I'm all like, we slow it down. Little mama, I'm hot. And then we both exploded. Like a trick of a can of some of that Pepsi Cola. I'm in the rain and then I reach for a blunt. This spark of a haze. And I got that lime green ganja. Keep me booted for days. She wasn't down for results. I do it to hate and now I'm feeling grimy. Speed out of rain to jump into that tub. I'm so far ahead. This night, drop the ball right. Made a touch of hands and I went up. Another round and put a smear on her back. And you wanna wondering who will speak on this track. And I wanna I'll leave you in suspense. The bread on his ride. But don't you worry, Maddie. You know, been the life side. Yeah,
Maya People's Cap.
Maddie C.
Maya People's Cap.
Maddie C. And now you know, little man, you ain't as faggot sipping dick with scrolling tight in your grass. I'm sick and tired that I feel like blazing a pile of that legal shit that you can only buy by the vial. These bitches smile and they think they acting wholesome. Well, there's some hole that needs to be filled. You mind if I use my thumb? But Tommy G, trying to eat wings fried and
Yo,
all my
this
bad
may
girls be jumping to the breast and the thighs. Yeah.
Yo, this Macy. Yo, this Macy. Yo, this Macy. The guy, he's crap. The guy, he's crap. The guy, he's crap.
I am fucking got you, Q. I am fucking got you, Q.
All right, and now on to our new releases for the week of July 21st. Our first release this week is Journey. Is going to be released on PS4 July 21st. And if you bought it on PS3, good for you. it's free. And let me talk about Journey for a minute. I played it the day it came out. It came out at midnight, I believe. They put it on the PSN store. I played it around 2 in the morning, and about 2 hours later, I was done. And it was very, emotional journey. Towards the end of it, I was, I shed a tear or two. They were manly tears, though. And in Journey, you play as a robed figure. It's third-person 3D game. Mm-hmm. You play as a robed figure in the desert, and the point is you see a mountain in the distance, and that's where your ultimate goal is trying to reach that mountain. Thus the name Journey. It's your journey from the start to the mountain. And in Journey, it's unique, whereas you joined another players through multiplayer. But the multiplayer isn't like you get into a party and you join your friends. The multiplayer is completely random. And there's no speaking in the multiplayer. The only way to communicate is you press a button to chirp, tell the players to communicate them, to make them aware of a certain thing in the environment or to work together. And it's a very, very artsy game. The music's excellent. The graphics are beautiful. And anyone who hasn't played it, I definitely recommend you play Journey. Quentin, have you played Journey? What do you think about this?
Yes, I have played Journey a long time ago. It is a pretty fun game. It kind of reminds me of... I don't remember the name of the game, but it's basically the same thing as Journey.
What game are you thinking of?
Oh, wait, yeah,
Flower?
Unfinished Swan.
Oh, Unfinished Swan, yeah.
Yeah, it reminds...
Unfinished Swan, yeah, very similar. They actually came out the same year with two different developers, but yeah, very similar in that they're very they evoke emotions. They're different than other shooters where I play in Destiny, and the last thing I'm thinking about is questioning my life, or actually thinking about things every day, like real life situations. Like in Destiny, I'm shooting some bullet sponge boss, trying to kill him to get some random drop. Whereas in Journey or the Unfinished Swan, you're actually experiencing feelings, and you understand the journey, the person, you understand person's emotions. Where the Unfinished Swan was more of a narrative, the Journey doesn't really have a narrative. It's kind of you create your own story, but there is a silent narrative there that's not, as you progress through the game, you'll see what I mean. Mm-hmm. But these are definitely more thought-provoking games than, the regular mainstream video games. Eddie, have you ever played Journey? And what do you think about this?
I never actually played it, and I can't wait for it to go to free to play. Then I'll just try to actually download it and play it. Sorry.
Play it.
I'm not sure. I thought Journey was free 1 month on PS Plus. I could be wrong though.
It was on PS3. That's why you got it for me.
It was free on. No, I paid for it on PS3 when it launched.
Oh, I thought you got it for me when it was free on PS3.
Oh, I thought maybe I downloaded it. Maybe it was free. I'm not sure, but anyway, I don't care if it's free or not. That game, it deserves your hard-earned cash. So give the developers your money, and I can't wait to look forward. I'm looking forward to what Genova Chen does next, and the team behind that game. The second game that's releasing this week, The Hatoful. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Boyfriend. It's a interactive text-based visual novel with branching plot lines. And it's a Japanese-developed game. It was, I think, released on PC years ago. And it sounds similar to a Danganronpa, a 999, 9 Person, 9 Doors, or whatever, the DS Vita game, or a Zero Virtues Last Reward, or even like a Telltale game, with whereas the things you do affect the game, and you might have a different ending or something different might happen. So anybody who's a fan of branching plot lines in games, who's into interactive text-based games, stuff like that, you'd probably enjoy this. Now, what do you guys think about this, Quentin? What do you think about interactive games? And you think you'll check this game out at all?
I don't really know if I'm gonna check it out because I don't know anything about it. All I know is it's an interactive game. But I might I might won't, except I don't know.
All right, Eddie, you think you'll be checking this out, or do you know of any interactive novel games or text-based games that you've played that you like?
Yes, The Walking Dead. The not the survival interest. That one was just horrible. The other ones.
Yeah, the Walking Dead game, it was a solid game. Where it was more not really text-based. I guess it was similar, like kind of text-based, but you choose responses to people and like that, and different character things happen to them based on what you choose. And any game like this, it's interesting to me. I mean, I'm not gonna buy this game this week, but like I've said before, if I see it at a reduced price, or if they offer me some kind of demo to play where I can understand it more, maybe I'll check it out. I'm open-minded. I'm all open ears to this type of game. I mean, I enjoyed Virtue's Last Reward a lot. I've seen 1 or 2 endings in that game. I don't consider I finished it because I want to see all the endings. It sounds to me similar to like Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain's more of like a quick-time event-based adventure game where certain characters could die off, or you could see certain different endings and stuff like that. And anybody who's into those type of games could probably be into the Hatoful Boyfriend, if I am pronouncing it right. All right, and third on our list, Zombie Army Trilogy is going to release for PS4 and Xbox One. I believe it's going to be a digital and a retail release. Zombie Army Trilogy released previously on PS3 and Xbox 360. It's developed by Rebellion. They're the same studio that did Alien vs. Predator on PS3. They do the Sniper Ghost Warrior games. And Zombie Army Trilogy is like a Sniper Warrior spin-off where you play sniping zombies. I'm not too familiar with how the campaign is or anything, but I've heard mixed things about the game, and I don't think I'm going to be picking up this week because I could get my zombie fill from Dying Light as soon as I see a fantastic price for it, and I'm also going to get, the Black Ops 3 later the year, so I'll have enough zombie in my life, and I have, Plants vs. Zombies on PS4. So, what do you guys think about the Zombie Army Trilogy?
If you don't get it, I probably won't get it. But since it has zombie in it, I kind of want a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, anything with zombies these days looks interesting. People seem to gravitate towards zombies. It's a very popular genre in video games and now TV too, in pop culture. Eddie, what do you think about the Zombie Army Trilogy?
I might get it. I mean, it sounds pretty good. Like I like zombies. Anything with zombies, I might play.
Yeah, I mean, I know we knew from past episodes you're a big fan of Left 4 Dead. So, yeah, zombies is a lot of people's thing. And the next thing is F1 2015 is coming to PS4 and Xbox One. Now, F1 2015 is a racing game. And, honestly, I probably won't be picking it up because I'm not a huge racing game fan. And if I want my racing game fixed, they just gave out the free Drive Club. I could play on that. I got the free Fast and Furious Forza on the Xbox One. And this gen, I haven't paid for any racing games. And I've got 2 free quality racing games to play. What do you guys think about the F1 2015? You guys into racing games? Gonna pick it up? No?
I probably won't pick it up because I have Race's Sun, and that's a racing game. It's basically where you have to try to catch the sun, and you race people, I think. And there's like obstacles in it.
Race's Sun is actually pretty cool. It's more like a Star Fox type of game.
Yeah.
Like you're flying a ship almost.
Mhm.
You're flying in air, and yeah, I played a little bit of it. Race the Sun's on PS4, PS Vita, and it was free on PS Plus like a couple months ago.
Mhm.
Yeah, and you like fly. You're flying, and it's like an automatic flyer, where you're constantly flying, and you can just control how fast you go. You get boosts, and you try to avoid the obstacles and stay alive as long as you can. And you're trying to race the sun from setting.
And it's like it the the floating ships and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of the thing in Star Wars, like when they were racing.
Yeah, definitely. Like the pods in Star Wars.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so Eddie, what do you think about F1 2015?
I might get it. I like racing games. The only game I really played that was racing was Burnout Revenge, and that was really fun. So I might get this game. I hope it's like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm definitely not going to pre-order this. I'm not going to pay $60 for an F1 game. And so there you heard it from Quentin and myself. If you want a good game, get Race the Sun instead of F1 2015. It was free on PS Plus. Also, Drive Club, and if you have Xbox Live and you got Fast and Furious, go back and play those, man. You don't need to be spending your money after 2015 unless you're a hardcore racing fan. Now 5, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is coming to Wii U and 3DS. Now, The Binding of Isaac Rebirth is a over-the-head roguelike dungeon crawler where the dungeons are procedurally generated, and you could pick like certain stipulations when you go into the dungeon, and it's almost like the dungeons of Zelda, the original Zelda game, where it's overhead, where you have like a square rectangle room, and there's bombs and blocks to use. It's melee combat, and you could also have range combat, like shooting things, and I played it a little bit, not too much, and I enjoyed what I played. It's really polished, and it's pretty good, But I got it free on PS Plus on PS4 and the Vita, and I think on PS3 too. So I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna pick it up on the Wii U or 3DS, where I actually have to pay for it. But if you don't have a PS4 or PS Vita or PS3, I definitely recommend paying for it, and buying this out if you have a Wii U and you're starving for some kind of type of new game, something different from the stuff you've been playing lately. Pick up the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Any of you guys familiar with Binding of Isaac, Quentin?
I think I saw some videos on it, and I'm probably not going to pick it up since you have it on like PS4 and stuff.
Yeah, like I remember like I played when the opening scene is kind of controversial. It's like I think his mother is very religious, and something happens. She's mad at him, and he ends up sending him to hell or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's pretty funny. Check it out. Definitely, it's like kind of humorous, kind of controversial too at the same time. Eddie, what do you think about the Binding of Isaac Rebirth?
I might get it. I have the other one for PS4, I think, or I have something for PS4.
Yeah, so if you have it on PS4, it doesn't make sense to pick it on Wii U. But would you recommend the Wii U and the 3DS people?
Yes, I would recommend it.
All right, yeah. And our last game coming to next-gen consoles this week. The Binding of Isaac is coming to... the other first 4 games are coming to PS4 and or Xbox One. They're coming July 21st. But the Binding of Isaac Rebirth is coming to the Wii U and 3DS on July 23rd. And the last game is Pixel Slime U is coming to Wii U on July 23rd. And I was not familiar with Pixel Slime U, but I researched, and it is an autorunner where you are trying to achieve the lowest score possible by not dying as much as you can. Control a pixel slime through 40 levels, and then you post your score to Miiverse to compare with the community. Now, to me, it sounds interesting. I got to see the price point, but if it's like a $5, $10 game, it sounds like it could be a good value. And I've heard good things about this game from what I've read today, and definitely it's probably worth a look. So if you're looking for something new on the Wii U or the 3DS, check out Pixel Slime U. Quentin, you have anything to say about Pixel Slime U? Sound interesting, like something you would play?
It does sound interesting, like something I would play, and and I might pick it up. I might not. If it's at a low price, like you said, I might pick it up $5-10.
Yeah, all right. Eddie, what about you? You think Pixel Slime U is something you'd be interested in?
I might get it. I mean, as long as the price is okay. I mean,
And the slime, it's like a little green slime, almost like the, not exactly the shape of the slime from Dragon Quest, but, similar. So I'm a big fan of slimes, too. That's another thing it's endearing to my heart. So, just based on the slime aesthetic, I may pick it up. But,
Or
yeah.
like Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Exactly. He looks like maybe a Slimer from Ghostbusters, but he can't fly around. He's just grounded.
They should put DLC in like Slimer from Ghostbusters.
Maybe they will. Who knows?
Mhm.
It looks kind of like maybe like a yeah. Well, it's an auto runner, so it's different. I guess he moves automatically, and you just have to control what happens to him.
Like move from right to left like Rise the Sun.
Yeah, like or like maybe Escape Plan for PS4. I beat an Escape Plan this year, and what you would do an
that
Escape
game.
Plan, and your characters would move. You'd pick which character would from left to right, try to get them to the objective, and then you would manipulate the environment, the puzzles in the environment to get them to their destination and stuff. It's really, it's really nice change, in my opinion, from like the everyday, struggle of, the grinds of Destinies, the MMOs and stuff that we play, the first-person shooters.
I watched you play the last mission or something from Escape Plan, and you kept dying and raging. It was funny.
Yeah, Escape Plan, and then at the end they play a nice song at the end and stuff. It was good game. I recommend Escape Plan if you haven't played it. It was free to me.
Then
on PS
you finally beat it, and you celebrated with a couple beers.
Yeah, that's how I celebrate. There's nothing wrong with a few beers. But don't drink and drive, audience. If you listen to this podcast and you're in a vehicle and you're drunk, please pull over and get a ride home.
It's completely fine if you drink water and drive, but
Yeah.
But don't drink and drive. Like, don't drink soda and drive. No, you can drink soda.
All right, good. And those were our new releases. And now we're going to do another segment of Past Gentleman Game Chat, where we talk about a past gen game from either a former game console or handheld or platform. Either the game is, forgotten, overlooked, or it just hasn't been talked about for years. And my choice for a game... Oh, actually, sorry, we're going to go in alphabetical order. First, we're going to talk to Eddie. Eddie, what game do you have for this week's Past Gentleman Game Chat?
my game is it's kind of old. It's based off the movie The Warriors. It's for Xbox, and it's a really, really great game. It's really just like the movie, like the whole movie if you saw it. It's about a gang, and they all the gangs in the city basically want to come together and riot and throw over the cops basically. But the Warriors is the one gang that goes there, and then the leader, I forgot the name of the other gang, but somebody kills that gang leader, and the Warriors get blamed for it, and all the gangs are after you. But like the game was so great, and that was like most of it was just like you're running from these gangs most of the time. But you basically go into gang fights, and you have like weapons, and like you can go into the back alleys, and like outside your club you can actually open the door and run the streets if you want, or replay past missions and go into an arcade and do fights. It wasn't an online game, but it's pretty fun. And you can when you're inside like the when you go outside the village, and like you can like fight other people, you can rob stuff. You try to collect as much money as you can, and there are cheats to this game, but I didn't use them because I didn't know about them at first. But there are cheats, and it's pretty fun. The Warriors.
All right, and you finished the Warriors, Eddie? You completed the game?
Yeah, many times.
All right, man. I gotta admit, I never completed the game. I picked it up years later. I would talk those years were my dark years of gaming, like the Dreamcast era and the PS2 era. I didn't really play much core gaming. I was mostly into multiplayer cheesy games and sports games. Like I remember GameCube, I would play like WWE WrestleMania 2000 with my friends, and we would just bet belts on each other. We'd play NHL. We'd play a lot of Madden. We would play NBA 2K2, 2K3. And then finally, 2009, when I got my PS3, that's when I got into, like, all the core games. So, like, I missed out on games like the Warriors. I picked up years later. When I got my PSP, I picked up the PSP version. I have it for the original Xbox as well. But I mainly played it on PSP. What I did was fantastic. It's a good, melee brawler from when I played, and solid game. So you can probably pick it up used on Amazon or eBay or something like that. Definitely recommended by the Next Gentleman Game Chat. Now we'll go to Quentin. Quentin, what do you have for past Gentleman Game Chat?
I have Ghostbusters and and it's basically like a third-person shooter, except it's not really a shooter. You just try to capture the ghost. And and I beat the game like a million times. I love the game so much, and and it's on the PS3. I'm not sure if it's on any kind of Xbox or anything
Yeah,
like
actually,
that.
this game is it's developed by Terminal Reality. It was on PS 3, 360, the Wii, the PlayStation Portable. It was on PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS, Windows, and on Windows too, and on Live.
And you can play multiplayer, except it's not really like that kind of game where you chat with people. It's basically a kind of game where you verse people and try to capture more ghosts than them, and like there's four different types of stuff that you can shoot out of your gun, and one is like, and the first one that you get is basically the regular from the movie, where it just shoots out and
shoots and grabs the monster and pulls them towards like your trap or something like that.
Another one is slime, and it gets rid of like black slime, and the other one. These are the only. The next one.
Does the black slime hurt you somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it kind of
like acid.
It kind of negates the effect of the acid of the slime. Okay.
And I'm not sure what the third one is, except the fourth one is like a sonic boom kind.
All right.
And like you shoot like the sonic booms from like Portal 1 with like from Portal 1 where it shoots like the balls of electric and then they bounce off walls, except I don't think the sonic boom ones bounce off walls. They just try to get rid of the the gargoyles and stuff like that.
All right. And it's third person. Did you mention that? Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's third person shooter. And, it's got a nice campaign. And it's voice acted by the original Ghostbusters cast.
Yep, which is awesome.
It's freaking awesome. It's Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Hal Ramis, and Ernie Hudson. And you play as a new Ghostbuster, right? And they're kind of recruiting you under their wing,
and your guy never talks. It's like one of those games where your guy never talks. The person that you play as never talks.
The other cool thing is that the more environment you destroy, right? Doesn't it? It builds up like a meter. Like you destroy too much environment, and does that hurt you or help you in a way?
It helps you.
Do you get more money the more you destroy?
Yeah.
Or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the more you destroy, the more places you can go. Like there was all these wooden boxes in one place. It was like close to the end of the game, and then I destroyed all of them, and then it opened up like a secret vent or passage or something. And then I went through it, and then it was like a secret content. I think it was like the face of one of the developers. I'm not sure.
Oh, all right. No, but overall it sounds good. It definitely I'd recommend it too. I finished that campaign, Ghostbusters. It's available on several platforms. So if you're interested, definitely recommend it. My one friend, he recommended it and came in, shout out on PSN again. He recommends it for Wii because you control your proton pack shooting with the Wiimote when you point at the screen. So what you could do is strap on a backpack and actually feel like you're a Ghostbuster if you want to play it on the Wii. And I'm sure, I know a lot of people out there own Wiis, and they're probably collecting dust and not being in use. So if you want to try something out, pick this up. You can definitely pick it up cheap at either GameStop, Amazon, or wherever. Now the game I want to talk about is Nier. Nier, published by Square Enix, developed by Cavia, the defunct Cavia. It's for PS3 or Xbox 360. And Nier is very dear to my heart. It's a beautiful Japanese role-playing game with a fantastic soundtrack. It's third-person combat, melee combat, and you also have magic that's mapped to the shoulder buttons, where you shoot magical spears at enemies or a few other things. And the story is basically you play as a father, an older man whose daughter has been overcome by a sickness, and you're trying to find the cure to heal her. And you undertake a lot of quests, helping townspeople, doing such things as killing a boar to get boar meat for the townspeople. You do a lot of fetch quests. You bring certain items to certain people. And then there are boss fights in each. As the story progresses, there's different boss fights in different areas. And it has 4 different endings, and all of them I have not seen yet. I've only seen the first 2, and I haven't picked up this game for a while. But I do plan on getting the platinum trophy on PS3 and seeing all 4 endings. But I also have to upgrade all the weapons, which is tedious and grindy and time consuming. And so hopefully one day I'll just dig down deep and just want to do this. But for now, there's just so much things to play. But Nier, I definitely recommend it. A lot of people, the guy suggested me would work at GameStop years ago. Said the intros felt to him like Monster Hunter felt on PS2, the original Monster Hunter, where it was you go to this area, you fight, gather this many things or whatever. And it's good combat. It's a solid game, and Cavia, they've developed solid games. Other games they developed were the Resident Evil shooters, the Resident Evil Chronicle games for the Wii. They were light gun shooters, and they developed a few other titles. But it's the same. The director behind it was the same guy who did the Drakengard game. So it's kind of takes place in the same universe, similar universe. And the combat's fairly similar to Drakengard, except it's got magic. And they actually announced at E3 that Square Enix had put most of the same team together, and they're working on a sequel. So I'm super excited. So that's kind of the reason why I'm talking about this game now. So if you haven't played it, I suggest seek it out. It's kind of I've heard that it's been more difficult to find lately. It's a rare find because I guess it didn't sell too well back in the day. I remember when they were talking about it in video game magazines, they said it was kind of the combat, I know some enemies shoot blood out, and they were saying it's Square Enix's God of War game, God of War RPG or whatever. And it totally is not the God of War RPG. It's totally a different type of game than God of War. And you'll understand that if you pick it up. If you want a good solid action RPG, I'd recommend Nier, definitely.
Nier, the story that you said from Nier, the father is trying to get, or the father is ill. Which one?
It's the daughter is ill.
Yeah, the daughter is ill, and the father is trying to get a cure for her. It kind of reminds me of Dead Rising,
Dead Rising 2?
Yeah, Dead Rising 2.
Yeah.
When you're trying to get the cure for your daughter, and and then and then all I do is mess around in that game. I don't even get the cure for her, and then
funny.
And then whenever I get to the safe house, I always get that stupid cutscene. It's just like the father starts crying, and and there's no way to skip any cutscene. I'm just like, come on, skip.
That's great. Yeah, I mean, in this game, it's like you're going off on tangents trying to find this girl's lost dog and stuff like that, and you waste all this time. Meanwhile, your daughter's at home under a terminal illness, like severely ill, and you're off doing this other shit, you know. But ultimately, you know, it leads to a very thought-provoking ending and everything. The first two endings I saw were very good, and I heard the third and fourth were pretty solid too. So I'm looking forward to checking them out. It's definitely, like, I've heard quotes from people saying, like, the endings like this have never been done before in a video game, and it's a very, very respected game from a hardcore audience and a niche audience. So I definitely recommend to check this out. And I feel like,
what's the point of getting the cure for her anyway in Dead Rising 2? It's just like all people do in Dead Rising 2 is mess around.
yeah, really. All right, now
It's a fun game though.
yeah, I like Dead Rising too. So I think that's all we have for you this week, folks. If you want to email the podcast, put in the subject line Next Gentleman Game Chat, and you can email us at thomas.gargan@gmail.com. You can tweet me at Thomas_Gargan on Twitter. You can friend me as Tommy G 42013 on PSN, Tommy G 42013 on Wii U, and and Dark Luigi YPX83 on Xbox Live. Quentin, you want to shout anyone out or give your contact?
Okay, my contact for my for my PSN, Enderman296, ENDERMAN 296. No spaces, no capitals.
All right, and Eddie, do you have any shout outs for us or contact info?
My PSN name is Eddie8098, and the Wii U name is Eddie8098.
All right, and that's all we have for you today, folks. Please enjoy this video game commercial. Bye-bye.
Headed by Ed Lesnar, developed by Brockstar Games. The ultimate corporate retail game. Play through the campaign however you want as an entry-level worker, working your way up the corporate ladder, or as a faceless suit trying to sustain the success of a company. Whatever choices you make, they are endless. You can even play as a washed-up old man working as a supermarket maintenance clerk for minimum wage.
Hey, Dom, you gotta make a bail.
I don't do that, kiddo. Tell the next guy.
This lazy old piece of shit. Just another day in the shithole. Where's Dirty Mike? I'll add it to my list of shit to do.
Interact with AI-controlled or real player customers, and you can be polite.
Can you help me, sir?
Yeah, sure. I'll do whatever you need.
Or play not so polite.
Excuse me, young man. Do you know where the sausage is that's for stuffing?
Oh, the sausage has the stuffing? Yeah, it's right here in my pants, baby.
Oh my god!
Or even act like you don't know how to do your job.
Excuse me, sir. Are these peaches ripe? I don't know, but the manager will be back next week, so that you can ask him then.
You can also play as an overweight
Do you work in seafood?
Who eats all the free sale.
Oh, well, you should put out more of the crab dip. I love crab damn. Was that you who just came out of the bathroom?
Yeah, so what?
So what? You didn't wash your hands. I didn't hear the water running, and the sink is bone dry. You're a filthy pig. I'm never buying seafood from your department again.
And get mad at your coworkers for messing up the schedule.
She abuses her power. Fuck her and her fat daughter.
Or even go to union meetings during contract negotiation time.
Your company, they want to cut your pension to pay for their wooden shoe. They want you to work 8 days a week. There's only 7 days in a week.
Union Simulator 2015, coming soon to next gen